Well, we are in Studio 259 with the lovely, lovely, my sister, Pinky McCoy. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. But definitely shout out to Studio 529, 259. Jesus Christ.
We about to kick you up out of here.
Yo, I'm fucking up bad. I hope they fuck with me still because I've been coming here.
Studio 259 here in the Bronx, New York.
I'm coming here since I'm 16. No cap.
We'll give you a little tour after the interview.
Maybe. You got to book your studio session first. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
But how you been feeling, sis?
I've been good. Working hard.
All right. All right, bet. So for those who don't know, this is Pinky McCoy, the originator of the Pink 16 Club, the originator for getting all these dope female artists out here together to show off their skills, to show that females can do this rap shit just as well as niggas, if not better. And I want to start it off like this. What even got you into making the club in the first place? I'll get into how you got into getting into music, but what made you really want to take a stand on as far as putting your stamp as far as a female out here, even giving women this opportunity? Because, yeah, just how you got into it.
Okay, so career-wise, when I started in this music industry, I started doing radio. I was a radio personality for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I would interview a lot of, different artists and stuff like that. It wasn't until 2015 I just I don't know, it was just like an idea. I was in Houston. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I have an issue with following rules.
Mm-hmm. As we all.
And working for people. So I had to come out. I felt like I had to figure out a way to just create a platform for myself in order to just be on my own bullshit of what I was doing already.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, it was just day and night. One day I just woke up yo, I want to come out with a web series where I'm just gonna have female artists only, and they're going to give me 16 bars.
Mm-hmm.
So I will never forget. Shout out to my brother, You So Love. We were at the crib one day, and he was just all right, sis, that's a genius idea. So what are you gonna call it? And I'm I don't know. And I just came out of nowhere. I said Pink 16 just to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Pink 16. He's like, Pink 16. Yes, Pinky. 16 bars. Okay, that's a little.
That shit roll off the tongue.
Yeah, it was a little catchy phrase. So, back in 2015, I had worked with Bonnie B, Billy B, Tico Texas, Royalty, and her sister, T-Nice. We've only filmed 3 episodes, and it was actually here in this studio.
Oh, swear.
Studio 259. Actually, in this room is revamped. Okay, but we were in this room, and we had You So Love filming.
Oh, swear.
It was Dynasty.
Oh yeah, Dynasty 259.
2259.
Oh yeah,
so
shout out to the family.
It's just ironic how that happened, and we were here in Studio 259. So that happened, and then I went back into radio, so that it was Pink 16 Radio, and I would only interview female artists that were up and coming in the game. A lot of female entrepreneurs that were in the game, and I don't know. Ever since then, it just I don't know. It just kind of evolved. Pink 16, I can't put it in its. I can't put it in one category because it's just a lot that comes with it. It's a whole platform. Because aside from the 16 bars that I was doing, aside from radio, representing these women, one day I'm just I interviewed so many producers, I interviewed so many artists. Bro, I want to executive produce. Because there was a lot of times I was already in the studio, you feel me? And I'm telling these engineers and stuff like that, you should add this or whatever. I just didn't know the language at the time.
Yeah.
So 2018, I started working on my first mixtape, which was Pink 16 Take 1. It was a 4-track EP. It is a 4-track EP. And it was a collaborative mixtape. So I had a lot of, a few female upcoming artists. I worked with Bonnie B again. I worked with Billy B. I had them on a record, Cody Licit. Rick Woods, y'all know my sis.
Oh yeah,
Who I
100%.
also manage. That's my sister. I manage
Shout out to
her.
the sis, no cap.
Millie D, they had a song together named Stack It Up.
Oh yeah, shout out to Millie, no cap.
Yeah, I had Royalty and Miss Lover, and then I had this girl from London. Shout out to my girl from London, Jasmine Knight.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I just had to. Jesus, Jasmine,
Yeah.
you are gorgeous.
And her voice is even more gorgeous.
Yo, she is.
And it was just cool the way that it worked out. Shout out to Prophecy and T. They were the ones that helped me put the project together as well. They allowed me to be in their studio space to record. They basically were the ones that gave me that executive producer title because they were just like, yeah, girl, you're like the next DJ Khaled or like the next Diddy or like, you know, not to say it in that sense, you feel me? Because those are real
but it's because you have the ability.
I'm in that realm, you know. I do curate a lot of music and a lot of projects, and I connect the dots a lot. You know, people call me the dot connector. I don't know if there's a real term for that, but I feel like
nah, just Sip Away is you the plug, respectfully.
Respectfully, bro. But you know, then that was the first project that came out. I felt like I had to put myself in like challenge myself for real. One thing about me is like I never want to be in a room and not really know what, like, just have some knowledge but not really know all about it. So I went back to school, and then I went to school for engineering, for sound engineering, and that was in 2019 going into 2020. Then I graduated 2021. It was a pandemic, so we didn't have a real graduation, but we're about to have a ceremony in September.
Sheesh, they doing everybody dirty.
So yeah, after I finished school, it was just like, all right, cool. Like now, what are you gonna do, Pinky? You gotta get back to like Pink 16, because you know, pandemic kind of like slowed me down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like right before the pandemic, I had a crazy, phenomenal show at SOBs. We had Chinese Kitty open up and friends. She brought out Hood Celebrity, definitely was fire. Fresh Up, Ethan the Connect. We had DJ Sophia Body. Like, you know, we had some, you know, up and coming heavy hitters at SOBs, and it was just like, that was like, boom, that was my mark. Like, okay, Pinky's really doing it for the ladies, you know, because I had a whole bunch of up and coming female artists open up for Chinese Kitty. So that was dope. Like, shout out to my girl Prada Mama. She performed, Ricky performed, Millie performed. Yeah, it's been a journey. So after pandemic, I'm like, okay, like, I just got to get back into that realm. So this year, you know, I had 2 shows, you know, at Room 4996. My next event is going to be at SOBs, God willing.
Knock on wood.
Jesus. In October, I plan on doing a Pink 16 concert. So it's not going to be like your average show where I'm just like highlighting 5 females to perform. It's going to be a concert, like maybe like 10, 15 girls performing at SOBs. So I feel like at this point I have to give my girls some type of leverage. The platform is fire. I feel like it's going to blow for real. I have like, I don't know, visions about it and stuff. But yeah, I want to just be able to give back to the community for the females, because I feel like, you know, it's a male dominated industry. A lot of the times, you know, people say that, and, you know, it's so cliche, but it's the truth. Like,
it is.
It's just a male dominated industry. A lot of men are not going to respect what you're doing. And if they do, then shit, you're doing something right. You feel me? And that's just how I've been. I just been on that ball shit, just focusing on Pink 16, focusing on these girls. I'm about to drop the second project, Pink 16 Take 2. It's been 3 years. It's time for new music.
Sheesh. It's been that long since that first project?
Yeah, it's long for me because I've worked on other songs, other projects and stuff like that, but I haven't focused on Pink 16. I feel like going back to school, and you know, it was in the middle of a pandemic. I honestly, like, my focus was not there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was still bringing girls around, still doing events. I was having my annual barbecues. We're having our third annual barbecue this month.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Without a doubt.
But yeah, so it was just like a little minor setback. You feel me? It's kind of hard when you're the only one. You know, it says Pink 16 Club, but like I'm really the only one in the club right now. You understand? Like I do everything. This is what I do. So sometimes it's just a little harder on my end, but I have good faith that eventually it's gonna like reciprocate to other people, other females, where they're gonna want to be involved, and they're gonna want to be a part of Pink 16 and probably like help out, whether it's like creative directing or if it's like graphic designing or marketing or whatever the case is. Even if it comes to production, like I'm so open for it. But yeah, I think Pink 16 is gonna be so lit.
I mean, the way you describe it, it almost sounds like you're almost in the making of having your own label in a sense.
See, everybody thinks like that's what I want to do, a label.
But like with more free control for the artists to have their own.
Like I will always offer production when it comes to Pink 16, only because music is my passion. But I don't think I would start it as a label because what I'm trying to do is more like monumental. I'm really trying to create a platform and a stage for these female artists specifically. So if I was to ever do anything in that sense, like I want to do a label, I honestly would probably be like a consulting company for real, probably to help these girls out, consult them where they need to go, what they need to do, stuff like that, or a management company one day. Or I wouldn't do a label.
I feel like that puts you in a more position of still being able to do what you want and still be putting them in a position to help.
Right. Like that's exactly. I'm not an artist. I'm not a rapper. You feel me? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I want to do this label because I'm trying to. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what Pink 16 is. It's not only music. It's bigger than that.
So with that in mind, like with everything that you've been like. Knowing that this is such a male dominated.
Sorry, I look like this. I'm fucking cold. It's brick.
Yo, it's fake brick in here. I ain't even gonna cap at you. But with all of that in mind, and knowing that it's such a male dominated sport, like really, what gets? How do I want to put this? Like, what makes you really want to put that extra foot forward? Like, not even like wanting to like not to say you don't fuck with male artists, but really makes you want to really put that foot down towards. Making this something that's just so much that's really focused on female dominance. Because I already know off the rip of just being in the studio and seeing you guys work. Like I know the work ethic is there, and I know men don't usually take it as seriously. Yeah. But I feel like from the outside looking in, I feel like the music game kind of like not that it accepts it, and that it should accept it. But in the sense of like you guys really do have to work like twice as hard. Like even with that in mind, like what makes you want to go even harder as far as saying that? Damn, I'm saying the question and I'm not at the same time. I'm high as shit.
Now I understand what you were trying to say. Like me, I honestly feel like the reason why I keep pushing, I feel like there hasn't really been, from what I know. There hasn't really been a platform for specifically female artists in the industry. There's a lot of women empowerment stuff, mixers, entrepreneurship, all that stuff, but there's not a platform for real where there's a main person like myself rooting for these girls. A lot of the times too, the industry is kind of catty a little bit when it comes to females. A lot of females don't like working with females. So that's why I created the platform from the beginning, because I'm just like, now let's work together.
Why do you think that is like that, like, to be honest with you?
I'm not sure. I feel like the industry is very competitive. It's very oversaturated with men.
For sure.
So I don't know. It's just like playing a game. Like, when they say like basketball and like female basketball. Are you watching female basketball?
Not really.
No. You should sometime. If you
I ain't gonna lie. They be hooping.
Players, you feel me? But it's just like that demographic where it's just that type of industry, that type of feels. Men just feel superior and entitled. And then I feel like there's a lot of women that tried so hard to get in this industry. They're in this industry now, so who knows what they went through to get to the position that they're in, where they're not really jacking the next up and coming female artist or the next female radio personality or the next female DJ or anything like that. You feel me? And I don't want Pink 16 to be like that. I feel like as many events I've done, as many radio shows I've done, as many studio sessions I've done, every girl gets along with each other. And maybe it's because of the vibe that I give off.
That's probably more than likely what it is. You have such a welcoming you have such a welcoming vibe to you. It's like I can't really see I realistically couldn't see a female coming into the your environment and being like she doesn't have my best interest at heart. Like she's really just trying to use me to get to the next step type shit.
Yeah, nah. Like I really genuinely rock with my girls, man. Like I really, really do. I just, there's sometimes a little bit of mishaps, I guess. Only because at first, like initially working with certain artists, they look at me like, "Oh, you're the beat maker." I don't make beats. I mean, I dibble and dabble. I co-produce with other producers. I'll let them know what I want, what I don't want, what I hear, what I don't hear. It's like, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say like I'm on FL or I'm on a beat machine doing that. I'm not. I'm more of a curator. I'm behind the scene. I am executive producing the whole project, executive producing the song, and I'm there. I'm in the field, But sometimes people don't understand that at first. They're looking at it like, how are you jacking like this is your song when I just wrote this and I just got this beat from somebody? I'm like, so the thing is, you wrote it, but I came up with the concept. And that's another thing. Like, sometimes people get a little spooky because they start thinking about numbers and like all this, whatever. But it's like, yo, we are not even where we want to be yet.
Let's think about the music first.
The people who even are on that caliber, I'm pretty sure they didn't think about that shit either.
Realistically, in the moment,
when the song is out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it's my song because I'm putting the whole project together. It's my, yeah, it says Pink 16 presents. I mean, Pinky McCoy presents Pink 16. So it's really a Pink 16 production.
It is.
But for the most part, a lot of the women that I've worked with, they reciprocated and they're just like, they're messing with the movement. So I just have to get back into the realm this year as far as like consistency. That's when I'm gonna throw this show, throw these barbecues, drop this mixtape, and hopefully get the girls booked more shows and stuff like that so that they could be on other platforms as well.
Are you only really like focusing on female artists in the sake of like rap, or are you in the space of going to other genres in music as well? Like are you willing to branch out?
So I want to say predominantly when I did my first tape, it was more like hip hop, R&B vibes. But for this new mixtape, it's still hip hop. I got 2 drill songs on there. I have like 2 trap songs. I have 2 R&B songs. But I do want to, I don't know. Like I said, I love music, so I'm ready to work and do other things, even if it's Afro beats, even if it's Spanish music, even if it's R&B, pop, whatever. I just feel like there's not so many female artists out there.
Yeah.
Not a lot. So it's kind of hard to work with different genres, if that makes sense.
How do you go about usually finding like an artist? Like, do you like go by word of mouth? Are you on the lookout, or are people reaching out to you?
I'm more on the lookout, and definitely people do reach out. They'll hit up the Pink 16 page, or they'll hit me up directly, like, yo, I know you do this, that. But it's so crazy because for the most part, they'll hit me up about the shows.
Word.
They'll hit me about the shows. They'll hit me up about, the parties or whatever. When it comes to production and me wanting to have a female on my tape, for the most part, I'll reach out to them. like I was scoping out this female artist for a little minute. I'm listening to music. I like her vibe. I'm like, hey sis, let's work. Let's do music together. So that's how that will go about. But for the most part, like when it comes to shows and stuff, the girls want to come. Like they don't have a platform for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
So right now they're like, oh, that's what Pinky's doing. Say that I want to be there. I just have another goal. Like my goal is to be able to take Pink 16 on tour.
That'd be fire.
You know, maybe like a 5-city tour.
Fuck with every fire female artist in the city.
Have a show. And then I'll bring my artists from this city to all those other cities.
That'd be fire.
All the girls that's on the mixtape, I will bring them with me, and they could perform in all these other cities. And I find other girls in other cities to perform too. Highlight them. That'd be
a fire experience if you could document something like that, especially if you could work with those artists while you're in that city.
Q over here, you know, he's on documentary.
Q films on the back on the ones and twos. You already know.
He on documentary.
Facts.
Yeah, so you know, that's Pink 16. That's my baby.
How long you been working on it again? 2015.
7 years old now.
Sheesh.
7 years old, and I did a lot with Pink 16. Like there was a point where like I wasn't even doing music. I was just on the radio and I was selling Pink 16 lip glosses and makeup and t-shirts and merch and
a lip scrub I'd like for her to bring back low key.
This is how real it is. This is how real it is.
You know it ain't real if it ain't on you. No cap.
I'm a fond believer that Pink 16 is going to pop.
And you know what? To be honest with you, most people who have such a dream like yours, especially when it's in the sake of helping somebody else get to where they want to be, that shit is like so much harder. So I definitely give respect where it's due, especially when someone wants to work to make other people better. Cause that shit is hard.
Like I honestly want these girls to know, like, I'm here to help. I think a lot of people be feeling like, you know, sometimes people ask me like, oh, so you rap, you do this, you do that. I'm like, no, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just here to help these girls. And then once I explain it to them, they're like, that's fire. And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, I'm just the executive producer.
Let's not say just that.
I'm just saying, like, I executive produce, and I'm just like the head honcho of Pink 16, but for the most part, it's not about me. Like, the whole platform is for females. That's the point.
100%.
It's not a Pinky thing. It's an all females thing.
It's for y'all 100% all the time, because y'all need y'all shine 100%, because I know off the rip that shit is super duper hard.
Just certain girls would want to work with more girls more often. Like that's what I would really want. Like I want girls to really dominate this shit. You feel me?
You think it comes from like a beef, like a, I don't want to say a beef thing, and I don't want to say it's imaginary, but just on the sake of like females. I'm just going by from what I usually hear in music. Is it usually because you think it's because like the usual thing is I'm better than all these other bitches type of vibe that they usually give off? You think it has to do with something like that?
Sometimes it's like that. They come into the game like that because it's like, you know, you're competing against all these other females.
100%.
But
there's always the but.
I also feel like if these girls weren't on that type of time, shit would just they would eat the game up.
100%.
They would eat it up because it's like you're not listening to a man. You're gonna listen to your girls. You're gonna listen to yourself, like, you know. And not to discredit the men. I'm not here to discredit men. I'm not against the men. You know. I just feel like men in the industry, they're not helping these women unless like they have, you know, unless these girls already have something to give or offer or something, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, especially a lot of the female rappers. I be feeling bad for them.
Yeah, because it's something that you said earlier. Even Q has been telling me, like, you got to really know how to leverage yourself. And if you guys had like a stronger, like even when your platform becomes to where it needs to be, that's gonna be the leverage that they're gonna need, because you're gonna be that foot holding open that door. Yeah, because then they don't even gotta do all the extra shit.
That's the thing. Listen, I could walk into a room and you could have a face, and I promise you, I'm gonna put a smile on your face. Like, I'm just one of those people. Like, Like I don't, I don't know. I try not to. It's just energy, bro. We all just gotta be positive. I feel
You
like
think that's a
sometimes
misconception about you? Like some people think you're not what we know you as. Like, do they think that you're like a stuck up person just because they're
no,
of
not at
looks?
all. I think everybody really respects my shit because I am who I am, and um, I don't think I come off stuck up at all. I feel like I treat everybody the same, male, female, whether you're a big time executive or you're a big time rapper that I know. I treat everybody the same. Like I don't know, I'm just myself, but
The realest.
I feel like that's what's important though. I feel like, you have to be organic, you have to build relationships in this game because think about it. Like I said, it's a competitive, think of it as a competitive sport, right?
It is.
So,
100%.
so now it's just like, all right, let's say you're an executive,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I meet you for the first time. You as an executive know potentially I might start talking to you about my music,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm listen. Unless I'm managing somebody like my girl Ricky, then I'm on that type of time. Where I'm like, yo, I got this artist. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like as an artist, as somebody that's curating something, you have to build organic relationships with whoever you're trying to work with. You know what I mean? Because
100%.
there's so many people who are just out there just trying to cloud chase or cutthroat or I don't know, just have wrong intentions. And I want people to understand, like, I have all the right. I want to be able to be cool with you too. Like, oh yeah, I know this person
Mm-hmm.
from such and such, they do this and that and that. But you know what? That's my friend.
100%. It's always about having an organic relationship with somebody because then you can get even more work done and they're more comfortable with you off the
Right.
rip.
Right. Then it's just like, it's cool. It's not only like a business thing. It's like, okay, we cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know I can't do that for everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just saying what works for me now, and I feel like I have the respect that I have now because how honest I am and how just regular and myself I am. Okay, I have my homegirl Nene. Shout out to Nene in the Nene show. She wrote to me the other day, and she was basically telling me like, "Yo, I'm so proud of you. Like, I love the fact that you just still just do whatever the fuck you want to do." Oh, that's Chris Daddy calling me.
If y'all niggas don't know, that was a slight flex she just did on niggas real quick. No
but,
cap.
Koi back, Daddy. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
You were Jesus Christ, I forgot that quick too.
Holy Spirit.
I be high. Lord have mercy.
My guy is high all the time.
Nah. My memory just fried. I don't even be high half the time. My memory just horrible like someone who smokes every day. Jesus Christ. But let me just jump into the next part then. So as far as music background, was it always music growing up? Was it always hip hop, or was it just every facet of music in itself?
Let me tell you something. My grandma was here. She would tell you like it's always been music. What you gotta understand, my mom and my dad had me very young. They had me at 17.
Mm-hmm.
So think about growing up in the Bronx with some young parents. My grandmother, OG Puerto Rican.
Facts. Shout out to grandma.
We're listening to all the fly hip hop music and R&B music. We're listening to all the fly salsa, bachata, merengue music. Like that's what I grew up on. You feel me? So it's always been music. Even like growing up as a kid, I used to be a salsa dancer.
Oh, swear.
And a hip hop dancer. Nobody knows that, but yeah.
Oh
Until,
shit!
like,
Let me
18.
find out. You got any old videos of that?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yo, Q, pull up the YouTube, gang. Nah, no way.
Facts. But yeah, like it's always been music. Always been music. And it was crazy because my mom, shout out to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
But when we was growing up, if anything, like I can honestly say I got my confidence in like talking to people and being like so friendly and stuff like that. My mom was like that growing up. You feel me? Like they used to call her the coordinator. You feel me? She was always around like industry people, and she never pursued it because she was just like a fly girl with fly girlfriends, and she was just being the scene with them.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of men in the industry did respect her too, and I still know those men till this day. You feel me? I be calling them like my uncles and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's always been music, man.
You feeling like you? Do you feel like you're like a 2.0? Because you just describing that. Do you feel like you're like a 2.0 to what your mom was? What your mom was?
I can't say a 2.0. No offense, mom, but I'm more of a creative.
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm more creative. I was more in tune to with the field. If anything,
Okay.
my mom wasn't in tune. She was just like a fly girl with fly friends, and she had all the connects. Like she was the plug. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
She was the plug, but she didn't really do anything with it for real. Um, like to her, like I always asked her, like, why didn't you do something? Like, why weren't you like, you know? And she was just like, it just wasn't in her. Like she was just on her whatever shit, like just being in the mix with these people.
Mm-hmm.
But I will honestly say, if anything, I got that skill from my mom, like just being like, hey, what's up, free spirit, like getting to know people. My mom and my grandma always like told me like never be mean, always be humble, always give.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some of my friends be like, you're too nice, you give too much, you do this. But like, I just don't see it any other way, you feel me? And shout out to God, the Holy Spirit, because I know He wants me to give too. And I think like that's why also Pick 16 means a lot to me, because I feel like that's something that I have to um, succeed in. I feel like it's a part of my purpose.
Mm. Okay, so then where would you say you want to see Pink 16 along with Pinky McCoy herself in the next 5 years, realistically?
Realistically, I would like to be like
Let's not say like to be where you're going
okay,
to
where I'm
be.
going to be. All right, I will be one of the most known female executive producers in the game.
Talk on it.
I will have Pink 16 as an, for the most part, consulting company. I will also just be touring, having events. Yeah, just making it bigger than what it is right now. You feel me? Just go to different cities and shit.
Oh, all right, cool. You good? I'm sorry.
My guys, I'm not.
I'm not even.
You guys didn't know I knew this kid since he was 16. So he's seen the beginning journey of
That's a big fact.
16. He's been there from the beginning.
That's a big fact. And she's always been like an inspiration just as far as how she conducts herself, how she always keeps it going. And that's also just why I even have, yeah, like anybody who I have in my life, like I really will say that I gotta have you in my life for one or two things. We can work together, I can learn something from you, or you're just a good, and you're just something that adds value to my life. And like as you said, like I've known her since I was 16, bro. Like I've learned so much from just watching and observe how she moves and how she conducts herself, and just all the shit that we go through, even off camera or off like anybody even knowing about what we going through. Like I see what she goes through, and then she sees what I go through. Like, and to just see someone who goes through what I go through in a sense and just literally keeps it going. Like that shit is such a huge inspiration to me.
Yeah,
like
perseverance is key, bro.
no cap,
Shout out to God.
every day.
Oh wait, I want to promote. Are we leaving yet? Because I
Nah,
want to
you
promote
Gucci.
my song. Okay, so I just dropped my single with Prada Mama and Bonnie B. It's called Commas. It will be on the Pink 16 Take 2 project, but it's out now on all DSPs. If y'all don't know what that means, digital streaming platforms. Because somebody the other day was like, "That's mad bullshit to say. You should say music platforms." No.
All they needed to say
All
is if you
DSPs.
don't know, you don't. If you don't, you broke. Got me fucked up.
But it's out everywhere now. The music video is OD fire. Shout out to my boy 20 who shot it. Shout out to Prada Mama. Shout out to Bonnie B for allowing me to work with them and collab with them. They just did a recent show with this show called Escape to NY.
Mm-hmm.
They like do shows all around the city.
That sounds familiar.
And they had a show this past weekend, and they freaking ripped it. And I wish I was there. I wasn't there though. I was not feeling good again for some reason. So yeah, I didn't make it, but my girls did the damn thing. So yeah, I'm just working on the project. The project should be out in October.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Stay tuned.
October or November. Stay tuned. Um, but yeah, man, we just working.
So
wait, hold on.
What happened?
Single out right now. Third annual barbecue, August 20th, 2022. SOB's Pink 16 concert in October. Date to be announced.
The calendar's looking full right now.
And the Pink 16 project is coming out. So, yeah.
Sleeve tucked.
And I just want everybody to come support. Even men, come support the ladies. You feel me? Like, have some swag in that. Like, just come see the girls perform, man. Damn it, come buy a ticket. Just support us.
Honestly, I tell a lot of my homies who rap right now, like, yo, you need to work with some of these female artists, because I ain't gonna lie, they harder than a lot of niggas y'all be working with. And on two, y'all need some female energy in your around you.
Yeah,
Not even just around you, just in the music in general. Like incorporate that shit, bro. Like, it won't hurt you. It won't hurt your career, nor will it kill you. That'll just give you another outside look into what you're doing.
I never understand this, right? I never understand this. You invite a man, he brings like 10 of his guy friends. You invite a girl, she bring in like her and her friend. It's men always want to bring an entourage. Why is that?
I don't get that.
I know they'd be like, oh, I can't come out with myself. God forbid something happens. But I'm like, why are you even bringing that energy when you come out?
Nah. Niggas moving like that is tact. If I'm going out, it's a two-man mission. Two-man mission is me and Q. Fuck you talking about? Y'all niggas tripping. Gotta come out with a 30 deep gang just to go to one event? That's tact.
It's crazy, man.
Especially if there's women around.
What? Why you bringing more competition in the room, bro? You bugging out. It's supposed to be just for you and her. You bugging out, my boy.
Yeah, they be bugging.
That is hilarious. Jesus. So, real quick, just before we get out of here, last two. What have you feel like has been the highlight of your work so far? Since not even just with Pink 16, just in general. Like, what do you feel like has been the highlight of your work, recognition wise, or just you feeling like this has gotten you to that next stage where you're at where you're at right now?
Honestly, I would say one of the highlights was coming out with the mixtape. I feel like that really set the bar, and people really started respecting my shit. Like, oh, okay, she's really working. And also working with my artist Ricky, I feel like I've learned a lot, and because I've learned a lot and working with her and us going through the whole journey together, it's been able to bring a highlight into my life too.
That's fire. Yo, shout out to Ricky, man.
Yeah, shout out to my sis, man. I feel like working with her too, it just went hand in hand with Pink 16. Like, okay, you're managing a female artist. Cool. You know how many male artists be trying to hit me up for me to manage them? It ain't gonna happen, guys.
I know for one of those simple nigga reasons, I know one of y'all is just trying to get close to her, bro. And I told this to boys
and
recently.
And not even that, I feel like too, like, all right, us girls, we could be very particular about shit or whatever, but it's like, I'm a female. I know how to deal with the next female. I feel like sometimes certain men, certain artists...
Niggas be having hidden agendas.
It's like, aside from the hidden agendas, a lot of the times, like, are you really working, though? Like, do you really want this? I feel like a lot of the female artists I do work with, they want this, I feel like a lot of the male artists, I haven't found a male artist that has that, like, creativity, like, on some Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like, in those realms, Jay-Z, like, somebody with that work ethic, like, this is what they do, eat, shit, breathe, Yeah. A lot of the times, it's like some clout chasing shit. But then again, it's like, this is 2022. We're in a whole fucking new realm. We're in a whole new era when it comes to social media and, like, how people promote themselves and how, you put yourself out there as an artist, because a lot of the times too, the labels, they want you to be already artist developed.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not like back in the days where artist developed. That was a part of it. Artist development. That was a part of the thing. See, that's what I will include too.
In the consulting?
In the consulting, artist development, yeah. Because I feel like it's still needed. You don't really know what the fuck.
Yeah, because a lot of these people just be. I'm not using her as an example if she doesn't know what she's doing, but that the girl who made that fuck nigga free song, like Shorty just yeah, she just got signed. Like I can understand someone in her position probably don't even know how to handle like everything that she just like. You get blessed so quick when you get a song that's like a hit. Like you don't even know like really compromise what's happening.
Because that song is so fire, and I honestly that's the only song that I know of her. But I would honestly like to hear a lot of her other music. But she did sign to a label where there's predominantly men.
Mm-hmm.
So I just pray, like, if they do have her as the first lady, that's another thing. These men be signing females as, like, the first lady and don't be doing anything with them.
Yeah, they kind of leave it dead end right there.
They're just the first lady. Like, and I'm not jacking that. I feel like women deserve so much more than that when it comes to this industry. So, me not jacking that.
Yo, man, listen. I just really want to see everybody win, male or female. I just want to see everybody on top and doing what the fuck they got to do, respectfully. Mm-hmm. So, before we get out of here, let me just end it like this on... What got you tight this week?
We are not going to talk about personal things because, you know what? We're just not. But I was a little frustrated this week.
Damn.
About a few things.
I said that and not realizing what we just spoke about before we got here. That shit is tacked. I'm fucking dead. I'm sorry. Yo, I needed to get my shit together. I already know what got her tight this week. Jesus.
Yeah. But I try to stay positive. You guys know that about me for the most part. I could be going through 1,000 things and you wouldn't even notice. But...
And that's called real strength, no cap.
I do have my days, those, like, I do get a little frustrated and stuff, but I try not to show that or project that on anybody, It's nobody's, like, business for real, and it's nobody's, like, fault for why I feel the way that I feel, so I would never give anybody attitude or anything like that.
100%.
Yeah, just because I'm going through something doesn't mean, like, I gotta be nasty to you because I'm going through something.
100%. And that shows growth because most people don't know how to manage their emotions in that sense.
No, yeah, absolutely. And that's why I would never be with an insecure ass nigga ever in my life.
I will never be with another insecure ass female in life itself. Again, I think we're both good on that. Yeah. All right, so before this, literally, I said this like the third time, but this is literally the last thing. So, what in the end goal is what drives Pinky McCoy? Is it the making history, recognition, or the paycheck?
I think it's just more about creating this platform, bro. That's really what it is. I feel like that's my end goal. To make this a platform, which it already is, but, like, to make it bigger. So, like, my end goal for real, like, the way I see Pink 16, aside from, like, production and shit, I just be seeing Pink 16 on, like, major festival stages. Like, I will have my own festival one day.
I definitely see that for you. That's fire.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like
all yeah, like a Rolling Loud.
But like Pink 16.
Cause you already know the Rolling Loud selection don't be
Lollapalooza. Pink 16. Pink 16 Club. Yeah, we want a Pink 16. Who want a Pink 16?
The Pink 16
Y'all got
Club.
tickets? Y'all got your artist pass?
That'd be fire.
It's gonna be lit.
Cause the Rolling Loud should be majority men. It's like women sprinkled in there, like light sprinkled.
Like, when it gets that big, I don't mind working with male artists. Like, at that point, we lit. People are gonna know.
But have the men like how you would have the men at Rolling Loud. I mean, you'd have the women
at Rolling Loud.
They'd be like the whole list is all females and it's sprinkled with a couple of guys in the mix. That'd be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be so tough.
Oh man, that's gonna be so fire.
A lot of people be like thinking like, like, well, how you gonna do that? Like, and I'm like, it's gonna be done, bro. I listen. I am a firm believer. I have faith, and I have faith that my Lord is gonna allow that to happen for me.
And also, you just been putting in the work to make it happen. Honestly, like I said earlier, you just consistent inspiration to even the women that you're working with and the people that you're around, even us, to just really, like I said, just keep that shit going, keep your head straight, and just really focus on like what you really want the end goal to be for it, and just be you and be the most original person you can be.
Yeah, I have to be unapologetically myself and just super authentic. I feel like this is how I got to where I am. I know there was a lot of times where I've been around certain male executives, and they were trying to tell me I have to switch up like how I am, my personality, and come more of as in like very quiet, reserved, and it's like fuck that.
That shit gets you walked over and unappreciated.
I am good. I'm good on all that. And like I said, like I don't know, since a kid, I don't like following rules, bro. I don't. I'm gonna follow my own rules. I'm gonna do what I want because I just have faith that it's gonna work out.
100%. Well, I have nothing but the most faith in you that I've always have ever since I met you. I appreciate you for everything.
Thank you for the
And
interview.
oh yeah, 100%. You already know. It's all love, yo. This is like I said, man. This is big sis right here. Like this is locked in, and she's gonna make it to the moon. And I'm gonna help her just as much as any of these artists that she's working with. How she wants to help y'all, this is how I'm gonna help her. But she's just been a huge inspiration and continues to be on a daily basis to me, even though I don't tell her a lot. So on that note, this has been Keeping It Consistent. Pinky McCoy, and yo, we out
on IG
on everything.
Pinky McCoy, MCCOY,
and the Pink 16 Club. You shitting me?
PXVI.club.
You already know
on
that.
every platform.
And we out of here.